name is Bone Crusher, and you're watching the Art is King podcast. Cass.
All right, let's get started with another Thriving Artist Art Life short. I am Delta Tango Mike. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook, Delta Tango Mike. And today is day 21 of Vlogmas, December 21 of Starting Out 2020, and of course, another Thriving Artist Art Life short. Oh, I got a Pokemon over here. My grandsons. So today we're gonna talk about firing your clients. Fire them right now. Fire them as soon as you meet them. Fire them and get rid of them. Does it sound crazy? Yes. It's a little crazy, but let me hear me out. Hear me out though. No, the idea behind a designer, illustrator, freelancer, entrepreneur, the idea behind firing a client has its benefits. And you first have to understand that you can fire a client. Know that you have that power. However, it's gonna hurt your pockets. That's gonna happen, right? But you have to understand that at least you have that power also. I watch a lot of Judge Judy. I just like watching some of the judges shows, and when people break leases and they break up and whatever, she's like, oh, you had a right to do that. You have to be safe. But you got to pay for that. You still got to pay for it. And so here's a quick example. I had a meeting with a client who reached out to me through social media. We started talking through email. They told me what they wanted. And as soon as I gave them the price, they paid a deposit right away. They showed up. Then they show up in my office, and we sit down and talk about it. And boom, it's real easy. It's like, wow, this is amazing. This is the kind of client that I want. I want a client that can understand my process. I understand what they want, and they'll pay me my price. And so we have this meeting and everything sounds good. I have a website with a page that explains my process. It shows you the development of my artwork, and from the moment that we start with a sketch to the moment where the design is finished. And so she came through, we sat down, we went over everything, and the timeline, deadlines, everything was done. So one of my first steps is to knock out some sketches. And that's what I did. I knocked out some sketches, sent it to her within the first week. Before I know it, she's calling me, texting me, emailing me, saying that this is not what she asked for. None of this is trying to remember my word. Okay. That none of this work is acceptable to her, and this is not what we talked about. And so I tried to explain that this is that first step of that process that I put together some sketches. We work on some feedback to narrow down our choices and our decisions, and then we're gonna get to another point where we now start working on the final draft of the design. And so, yeah, can you go and draw over there first for 2 more minutes? And so then what happens is that she still doesn't see it. She still, like, somehow everything we talked about before the actual sketching is gone out the window, and I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. And so later on, a day or two, where me trying to keep the communication lines open and trying to get an understanding together, and it's not working, I go ahead and I talk to my wife, and my wife is my business manager. She is in charge of the business, and I say to her, I say, hey, can we afford to give this person their money back? And it hurts to give a deposit back, to give back money, to have money going that way. You want money going out when you're getting stuff, not money going out and because you couldn't get the job done or because you can't make your client happy. You want client money coming in, not going out. And so we had a discussion. My wife and I had a discussion, and we put the money together, and I refunded that lady. We put a note on the refund, and it was electronic, so I can't remember exactly how, but we didn't have to talk to her. Just had to put a message in the refund, put together an email where I explained that I'm sorry I couldn't work with you. I couldn't do the work that you wanted, and not satisfied and not acceptable. So here is your money back. She is fired. The reasoning behind firing somebody in a situation like that is that there are good deals, and then there are deals that sound good, the money looks good, but the relationship is not good. And you have to be ready to step away from a bad relationship. We are doing art, we're doing creative stuff because we love it, because we enjoy it. And not only are we just good at it, but this is the world that we want to live in. This is it. I want to live around pencils and paper and tablets and styluses and drawings. This is the world that I want to revolve around 100% of my time. Yes, family and vacations and so on, but I want to be immersed in this world. And so by you taking on a client, you bringing that client into your world. You're bringing that client close to you and saying, we're gonna have this relationship for the greater good of some awesome art, of an awesome project that's gonna go out into the world and allow your business to thrive while you are paying me to produce the part that I can help you with. And when you cannot have that kind of relationship, then it's really, you have to look really hard at yourself and say, what part am I missing here? Was it my intake process improper? Did I not validate or vet this client enough? Did I not explain my process enough for them to understand me and how I work? Did I not even get the point that they was trying to make about what this artwork is for and what's their business about? There was something in there that I must have missed. And because I've been in this business a long time and I have a business partner and we've gone through this in the past, I've made plenty of adjustments so that I can make sure that I have a client process that is as smooth as possible, not only for that client and for the business, but for myself, for my peace of mind, for my creative self. We put together a process that works for us and has worked many times over with other artists. So then what you're left with is that this client, this person is not the client for me. This project is not a project for me. I don't know who this project is for. I don't know any artist that I'm willing to send this off to. I do not refer clients that I'm not willing to work with to other people whom I know, because then they're gonna be like, damn, why are you sending me this terrible, difficult person? Or this cheap person who won't pay a particular price. In any case, those are one of the many reasons that you're gonna face when dealing with people. And a lot of times I look for the things that are not gonna, I look for the things that don't click just right away. If the budget doesn't click, if the quality of the personality doesn't click, if the way they communicate doesn't click, if the way they say things doesn't click, then those are some of the things that I start looking at saying, maybe this is not for me. There are many business people who take advantage of artists and designers every day, and they will continue to take advantage of these designers for as long as we let them. And there are many designers who get locked into having to get paid. They need to have that money to the point where now they will accept just about any behavior and situation because you need that money. Well, you have to elevate your portfolio. You have to elevate your talent to the point where you are getting the type of clients that you want. You're getting paid the money that you want. You're working in the industry that you want, and you're validating your clients. So the sooner you can fire a client, the better. The sooner you get your business to a point where you can return a deposit and get rid of the situation, the better. That's always been my answer when talking to artists and saying, oh, the client has become difficult. This has spawned something else. The scope of the work has changed. Now they're making demands of this and that. It's like, ooh, cut your losses, take the hit, do the refund, and say no more, not with that client. And if they ever come back, then you say, oh, your price is this much now. I'll work with you, but it's gonna cost you like this, because now you know what you're expecting. Every time you deal with difficult clients, you start charging them more. If they continue to be difficult, the smoother clients, the work you wanna do, it ends up being like, oh, I'll do that. I'll knock that out quick. You have to have peace of mind. You have to take care of yourself, and you have to build a clientele that you wanna work with. I have many stories about firing my clients. One day I'll tell you all of them. In the meantime, focus on building your business so you understand the kind of clients you need to have. And if that client is not working out for you, fire them early in the process. This is Delta Tango Mike. Find me on Instagram, Twitter, or Facebook. And check out Art is King on YouTube, where you'll find more videos like this one. And check out my artwork and demos and tutorials at Vector Maestros on YouTube. And then goes my grandson, and my granddaughter is on her way. So yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Talk to you later.